Hi, this is Jan Redinger, head softball coach for the Westminster Titans, and it's time for Titan Town Sports.
Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new season of Titan Town Sports. I'm your anchor, Jordan Tate. With me, my partner in crime, RJ Scott. RJ, it's been a while. It's been a long summer. How you doing? How was your summer?
Oh, it's been so long, but it's been so good. I'm so glad to be back with the crew, with the team. Missing a few cats from last year. Those guys are long gone, old now, singers, whatever. But we're back with so much energy, so much to give. I'm excited.
So excited. I'm so excited myself. I hope you are too. But RJ, you actually got to get to campus a little early. Can you tell us a little more about that experience?
Oh, yeah, 14, 15 days of just straight pain and gain, as I like to call it, Looking forward to this year, hungry for a PAC championship. And actually, I think I got to do a little recap on that. I'm not sure. I think I did. I don't know. But we got something loaded up called Prime Cuts, if you remember that. Let's get to it. And we are back with football with another edition of Prime Cuts. I am your host, RJ Scott, and I got to get a quick preview of the Titans, who come in at the 3 spot this fall in the preseason PAC football poll. As the Titans went 7-3 in conference play, coming off a big bowl game win against Marietta, I got to talk to some key players about certain expectations and outlooks for the season. Starting off with reigning PAC Newcomer of the Year, Lamont Austin, the big question for the Titans and him is a conference championship realistic for the Titans this year? And here's what he had to say.
It's very realistic. I only see like 2 teams that can really compete with us. Obviously, Grove City and W&J. I think we could beat both of them teams.
Austin looks to keep delivering, but up next is Bright Cannon, the two-way monster who recently was touted as a D3 All-American as a second-team returner. And here's where he thinks the team stands at this upcoming season.
The big picture of the program is to just, toughness, courage, and, just to really focus on our responsibilities in our 111th this year. We got a good depth in our young receivers and our young linemen, and all of our positions all across the board. So we just have to put the pieces together and really just focus on that one goal, which is the championship.
With such a bright outlook on the season, here's what senior linebacker Dylan Sleva had to say about the team's chemistry and how it goes just beyond being teammates.
Yeah, it seems like a lot more guys are gelling together, and we spend a lot of time together, and we're building that culture where we're around each other all the time, whether it's lunch meetings, eating at the cafeteria, or even in class. It's a lot more of a brotherhood this year.
And with great stuff from Sleeves, senior quarterback Ty McGowan gives us perspective on how the 2 non-conference games are going to be interesting this year, with the PAC now allowing 2.
Very excited for him. Marietta comes here, obviously, Thursday night, open up the season for us. I think it's going to be a great environment. Once again, we played them in the bowl game, and then that's just a cool turnaround to play them first game of the season the following year. Then Franklin and Marshall, it's going to be a fun experience going out to the other side of Pennsylvania, traveling with the team, get to experience a lot out there. And from what I've heard, they're a very good football team, and it'll be a good matchup to start out the year.
With preseason camp being over, the hay is officially in the barn. The Titans look to make this season one to remember for the ages, and I'm RJ Scott, and this was Prime Cuts.
A lot to be excited about this upcoming Westminster football season, but a big returner, and few have made the impression on this organization and this program as the man to my left, Mean Gene Garry Joseph. Gene, welcome back to Titan Town Sports. Welcome to the desk, your first time in front of the camera. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you. It's been a long grind, like RJ said, 15 days of pain and gain. You got here August 9th. What is it kind of fared like in contrast to other Augusts in your past?
Well, not a lot of people know our schedule, but our schedule is like from 7:30 in the morning all the way get back to our dorms around like 10:45, and we have bed checks, so it's long. It's long.
Just a light little 15-hour day, nothing too crazy, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of the team, I mean, you guys have a lot of returners. Ty McGowan, Dylan Sleva, Tate Beachy, Lamont Austin, Newcomer of the Year, Bright Cannon, Preseason All-American. You got to have a lot of confidence in this team heading into the year.
Yes, we have a lot of people coming back, especially the defensive line. We're depth. We have a whole bunch of depth, and the returners there too. So we're very confident on the defensive side, especially on the offensive side also. Our O-lines have a lot of experience on that side, so I think we'll have a great season.
That defensive line was something that Coach Benz was so proud about last year, and the depth that it had, and it was a really big part of you guys winning that extra points bowl at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You had the biggest play of the game, biggest play of the season, really, that one-handed 360 interception back to the end zone. But there was a big emotional impact on that program. Can you kind of speak to that and what it meant for the team to get that job done at the Hall of Fame?
Well, because everybody counted us out because we're playing a bigger team from a different conference, Marietta. Everybody counted us out, and we think we hold our own and we hold our standards like Westminster, like we should be, you know, and everybody thought we was out of the dogfight, and I was proud. The defense held up, and we gave them the business.
It was a full team win. You had the punt block to start the game, a couple offensive touchdowns, and, of course, your big play at the end. But the preseason kicked off last Saturday, scrimmage against John Carroll, the other day against Geneva. How's the team looking in game action?
Oh, we're ready, you know. We're ready. Send anybody you want, and we're ready. We're coming to kick your butt.
Love it. But you do have a fun schedule this year with a few new faces.
Yes.
2 non-conference games, Marietta to start on September 4th, at Franklin and Marshall, all the way in Lancaster on the 13th. But how do you like the schedule this year?
Oh, it's fun. It's different, you know. And we just got to, you know, stick to the plan, you know. It don't matter who you put in front of us. We're just going to get ready and, you know, give you the Westminster beatdown.
No Geneva, that's one of the oldest rivalries in all of college football, Division 2, 3, all that. But also, does that, you know, kind of change the way you approach the season? You don't have these big rivalry games. Do you get any different?
Nope.
No? Just the same?
Same thing.
Absolutely.
We don't care who we play. You don't care who you line up in front of us. Where our main focus is a week by week, you know, stay mission focused and trying to win the PAC championship.
You've been getting a lot of respect to this team in the preseason. You received 10 top 25 votes in the country. You're voted 3rd in the PAC preseason poll. Do you find either of those rankings to be more motivating than the other?
Yes, because we're supposed to be number one, but everybody thinks different. So we just got to show them every time we line up and play against them, and then just show them who's number one.
Speaking of preseason buzz, Preseason All-American, sophomore Bright Cannon, named a second-team All-American as a returner. He was a top 3 returner in all of the country last year. How excited are you as a senior to see his sophomore season?
Oh man, it's just wonderful, you know, to have that, to be a part of that in our program, you know, to have that on your team. He's a special player on our team, you know. The minute he has the ball in his hand, just know it's going to be in the end zone.
Where do you like him most? Because he plays offense, he plays defense, he's special teams. You're with him on the field on defense. Where do you like him most?
Well,
where's Coach Gene put him?
I like him on Westminster. It don't matter where he's at. Just give him the ball.
I love it. Now, Gene, before we get into the last question, we do have to congratulate you. You were married in the offseason, so congratulations.
Thank you.
To you and your wife. But we always ask the coach ahead of the game, what's your 3 keys to winning this game? No game this week, so we're going to ask you instead, what are 3 keys to a successful Westminster Titan football season?
So I think the 3 keys, and Coach Benzel always say, is stay focused, stick with the plan, and stay mission focused, and stay physical and mentally tough.
Love it. Gene, appreciate you hopping on the show. Ben Kelly, Gene, Garry, Joseph. Stick around for Titan Town Sports. A whole lot more coming up right after this.
Since 1888, the National Geographic Society has championed generations of explorers to conserve ecosystems, share stories, and deepen understanding of every species. Today, it's more urgent than ever to illuminate and protect the vibrancy of our world, because there's always another wonder for us to explore. Will you join us? National Geographic Society. Wonder awaits.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
Welcome back to Titan Town Sports. Again, Jordan Tate, RJ Scott at the desk. Thank you again for Ben Kelly with that amazing interview. But RJ, this past spring, we had a lot of great athletic seasons from the spring teams.
Lots of playoff appearances, lots of success, back-to-back success, I'm being quite honest. I mean, let's talk about that softball team. Beautiful, amazing, young team, a lot of freshmen came and delivered. As we saw, we have a recap of them actually coming up right now.
The Westminster women's softball team won a historic second consecutive PAC championship in the spring. Never surrendering a run the entire championship tournament, the Titans' teamwork and determination allowed for utter domination. The team was spoiled for young depth, including PAC Pitcher of the Year Cheyenne Piper and PAC honoree Sam Levac. Levac commented on what made the team so successful in the 2025 season.
I think it's mostly like our team culture. I think it's the fact that we're all competing for positions and everything, but not a single girl is out for anyone. We're all there to try and support each other, and it's like a team full of best friends, and everybody, it makes it so exciting to go to practice. It makes you want to get better, and the fact that our coach just pushes that even more for all of us to be a team together. I think it means that we play better as a team on the field with the way that we communicate, with the way that we talk, with the way that we just know each other. It means that we're just a better comparable than all the other teams.
While many saw the team's success on the field, few ever see the preparation and grind that takes place in the offseason and in practice. Good news for the Titans fans, the softball team cannot wait to get back on the field.
For me right now, it's just working hard throughout the off season. We've both got fall and winter, and it's just a bunch of training. A lot of repetitions because we'll have to be inside, stuck in the gyms for the winter. But you can always hit off a tee, you can always hit grounders and flies. Our team right now, even though we haven't started yet, we're all out on the field. All of us just want to be there every day, just showing up and doing everything every day.
Levac believes that the only thing better than back-to-back is a three-peat, and based on the early signs, there's no reason to bet against the Titans.
Honestly, I'm excited to just play with my teammates again. We've been gone all summer, and now I get to be back on the field with them. And obviously, we've got incoming freshmen that are here now. I'm excited to see how they are and have a couple new teammates, but I'm excited to just have all of our off-season together to just work back up to how we know how to play and be able to, be a full team back in the spring.
And great stuff right there by Berlin, one of our own, athlete himself. But, the big question I had with that, it's funny enough, in Canada, Tim Hortons is huge. Never had that. Yeah, I wonder if Sam Levac, I wonder if that's her thing.
I've never had Tim Hortons. I actually went to Canada one time, and it was right across from our hotel, and I still just never got it.
Not more of a Dunkin' guy.
Yeah, Dunkin'. I can't go wrong with Dunkin'. But to get things back on track, the baseball team, a run for the ages. A team that no one really gave any chance to make it to the PAC championship, made some big plays, won the big games they needed to win, ultimately had a great run at the end of the season. Let's take a look back at their recap.
My name is Tom Rook, and I'm going to be breaking down the 2025 Westminster baseball season. After a fourth-place regular season finish in the President's Athletic Conference, the Titans made an incredible postseason run. Westminster finished the season with a 19-22 overall record and an 11-9 conference record. However, in the PAC Championship Tournament, the Titans were able to make it to the championship winner-take-all game against Grove City College. Westminster dropped their first game of the tournament to Allegheny College, but managed to rebound by winning 3 straight elimination games. First, the Titans defeated Washington and Jefferson College 5-4, where senior pitcher Ryan Gibbons closed out the victory. Next, Westminster beat St. Vincent College 3-2, after 2025 sophomore pitcher John Albers earned the win by pitching an unbelievable 7-inning, 1-run outing.
So that start meant a lot for me, just to kind of keep us alive. It's always, when you get into the conference tournament, it's just do or die every single day, and I think that's the beauty of it. So every single game is that's it. And to do that for the seniors and to give those seniors one more day of baseball and another shot at the conference championship was huge for me. I honestly think that there's nothing better than playoff baseball. Whatever level that you're playing at, playoff baseball is the best. That just the energy that it brings. So being able to make a run in the postseason, especially in our competitive conference, it was so cool.
The Titans would then go on to beat Grove City College 5-2 to force an elimination game for all the marbles. Graduate student Colton Bandfi finished the game on the mound, earning his 3rd save of the season. After a tough 8-1 loss in the championship game, Westminster looks to have an even stronger 2026 season with the goal of taking home the PAC Championship Trophy.
Congratulations again to the baseball team on another amazing season. A special shout out to Pat Riley, their head coach, for assembling a great team and going on an amazing run. It's exciting to see what the baseball team is going to have for us these next couple of years.
Yeah, and it's like the saying, turning chicken crap into chicken salad. If you can do that, you can do a lot of things in this world. Speaking of that, rebuilds, changing cultures, we have women's lacrosse. Coach Bria Braddock has done phenomenal. Former player herself here, PAC champion as well, knows what it takes. She has done wonders for this lacrosse program, and we have a special recap for you guys to watch.
The 2025 Westminster women's lacrosse team was just the second in program history to finish the season with 12-plus wins. The Titans defeated Teal in the PAC quarterfinals, led by Conference Offensive Player of the Year, Julia Ravazza. Grove City would defeat Westminster in the semifinals, but three other all-conference players, Isabella Cespedes, Felicia Young, and Ava Kessler, capped off an incredible season for the Titans. Let's now hear from Cespedes, a senior, and junior Emma Baldwin on their success in 2025 and their mission for 2026.
My name is Isabella Cespedes. I'm a senior on the Westminster women's lacrosse team, and I play defense.
And I'm Emma Baldwin, and I'm a junior, and I am defense on the women's lacrosse team.
This past season, the lacrosse team went to the semifinals of the PAC tournament. We sadly lost against Grove City, but we did have a great victory against Teal in the quarterfinals. This was the first year that we won the quarterfinals since 2019, which was the last year that the women's lacrosse team won the PAC championship.
This year, we lost 2 key contributors to our team, but we gained 8 amazing freshmen that will make an impact, and I'm also coming back, Emma Baldwin, from a season-ending injury.
We're excited to also have back our 3 PAC all-team members, Felicia Young, myself, Isabella Cespedes, and Juliana Ravazza, who also won PAC Offensive Player of the Year. This year is going to be a great season.
My individual goal this year is just to get back on the field with my teammates and make contributions. This summer I went through rehab 4 days a week to try to get myself back into shape and gain some muscle. And since I'm back on campus, I'm doing rehab 5 days a week with our amazing trainers. And so hopefully I can make an impact this year on our team.
This year my individual goal is to get 14 caused turnovers to surpass our head coach Bria Braddock in all-time caused turnovers on the Westminster women's lacrosse team.
My team goal is, we all want to win, so I hope that we can all, set our own individual goals and then, reach our team goals all together.
My team goal this year is obviously to also win, but it is my last season and I've been playing with this team for 4 years. We've come such a long way and I'm excited to see what the future holds for us.
Like the song from Frank Sinatra says, the best is yet to come for those Lady Titans. And I'm so excited to see the product they put on the field this year. And it's, it's just exhilarating, to say the least. But, Jordan, I don't know if I forgot or anything, these concussions, whatever. Don't you play lacrosse?
I know I might dabble a little bit in the sport of lacrosse. I'm unfortunately a goalie, the best job in sports. But yeah, I do actually play lacrosse. And last season, it was a great season. We made it all the way to the semifinal game. Unfortunately, Grove City's just that team, and the PAC can't win them all. But it was a great season nonetheless. I am going to miss the seniors. Gavin Jones, Brody McGinnis, Dave Evangelista, some great mentors, great leaders overall. Let's take a quick look into last season's recap for the men's lacrosse team.
The men's lacrosse team capped off a very strong season, losing to PAC champions Grove City in the semifinals. While graduating a strong class, including their all-time points leader Gavin Jones, the Titans look to regroup with a promising young core with up-and-coming stars like Ethan Kurtz.
Yeah, looking back on my first year at Westminster, what stands out the most is definitely all of the friendships that I made throughout this team. A lot of guys that I'm really close with already. And, the seniors on our team to the freshmen, really everybody made it such a great year. And that brotherhood is what I think led to us having success throughout the season.
While a good young core is vital to a successful program's longevity, with the exodus of senior leadership, the door is open for young leaders to make their mark both on and off the field.
Yeah, we definitely lost a lot of key guys on our team, so we're going to have to rely on a lot more underclassmen this year, to really have the depth that we did last year. We have a big freshman class coming in of 21 freshmen on top of an already large, now sophomore class, including myself. So definitely going to be a younger team and have to rely on different guys than we did last year.
With a promising finish last year, Kurtz echoes the popular sentiment that Westminster men's lacrosse team has the opportunity to make waves across the PAC.
I'd like to say the floor for this team is just still making the playoffs and, the ceiling, a PAC title.
Another great recap there of the men's lacrosse team. A great season overall, and again, the team is in good hands. A deserving young gentleman that is a part of this crew actually is going to be one to lead that team along the way this season and the next couple. So exciting stuff from that. But RJ, you mentioned the Frank Sinatra song. Start spreading the news is another one. Wilmington is changing their stadium name. Jacob Rhodes is going to take us through that right now on Titan Town Sports.
On fall Friday nights in New Wilmington, the stands are packed for Greyhound football. But this summer, the crowd gathered for a different reason, to honor the man who built the program's legacy. The stadium now bears the name of this man, longtime head Wilmington Greyhound football coach Terry Varelli. In his 4 decades as the head coach of the Greyhounds, Coach Varelli turned the Greyhounds into a state power. His teams reached 3 PIAA championship games, including the unforgettable 2008 state title win.
Center has it, turns, fake it to Maples, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I think he got in! He's down! Wilmington wins it! Wilmington has won the state championship! Oh my goodness gracious!
In one of the greatest finishes in Pennsylvania high school football history, Wilmington defeated Philadelphia West Catholic by a score of 35-34 in double overtime to claim the crown. From the Greyhounds' first state title appearance in 1988 to his final season in 2017, Varelli's leadership defined 4 decades of Wilmington football. Ever the humble man, Coach Varelli touched on how he couldn't have made it here by himself.
Yes, my name is on a stadium, but you can't do it yourself. All my coaches and friends that helped out, they're as much part of this honor as I am.
Coach Terry Varelli finished his time in Wilmington boasting one of the best resumes in Pennsylvania high school football history, becoming one of only 15 coaches to surpass 300 career victories, ending his time in Wilmington with a record of 314 victories, 130 losses, and 3 ties. Not only did Coach Varelli turn around a struggling program back in the late 70s, but he set the groundwork for future generations of successful Wilmington Greyhound football. For this and future seasons, the Greyhounds look to continue the dominance that Coach Varelli and his teams embodied in Wilmington. We'll leave you here today with some words from current head coach of the Wilmington Greyhounds, Brandon Fillion, when he was asked to describe Coach Varelli. It's been Jacob Rhodes from WCN 247.
Describe Coach Varelli in one word. I think the first word that would pop into my mind would be, I guess I got to go with maybe 2 or 3 words, but genuine, sincere, class. I think those are the 3 words that best describe him. He does everything with sincerity. He is a 100% genuine person. He conducts himself and this program with class every step of the way.
And great stuff there by Jacob Rhodes. Truly an honor for a legend like that to be recognized. And this area is so rich with football history. And I'm finally glad that Coach Terry Varelli got his honor with such a great thing to be. I mean, a stadium named after you. That's beautiful. I mean, he's got some serious work. 314 wins. Incredible. But speaking of the Greyhounds, they are still on the right track with Coach Brandon Fillion leading them in the right direction with some Week 1 highlights we got for you guys. Let's check it out.
2 receivers will go to the right in Covert. Shell will now join those 2 to the right. Copeland there as well. 1 receiver left. Snap to Thurber, back to pass, looks, fires, corner, and it is caught, I believe. And if it is, it's a touchdown. We're waiting for a signal. And it is! It's a touchdown! It's Covert. Covert makes the catch. It was Covert leaping in that right corner of the end zone to pull it in for the score. Waited for the officials to run down to the end zone to see if he still had the ball. Unbelievable catch. And Vasquez now in at the quarterback spot. Wesley Vasquez, number 5. Now the quarterback, wing to each side, Vasquez looking to throw. Rolls to his right, looks, runs, 10, 5, touchdown! Wilmington on the board on a Wesley Vasquez run of 13 yards.
How about that? His first play of the season. He comes in and runs it in for the touchdown from 13 yards out, and Wilmington has cut it to 7-6.
The loss is back to about the 30-yard line, so it's 4th down.
And about 10. They need to get to just about the 20 here.
And it's Pascal Bennett at quarterback. He's back to pass. He throws over the middle. Caught by Mitchell-Tree. Mitchell-Tree spins at the 10, and he's down to the 8, and that's a 1st down. Wesley Vasquez comes in a passing situation and does his job perfectly. It's a Greyhound 1st down as they are into the red zone. Mitchell-Tree on the right. Kettering is on the left. They'll pitch to Mitchell-Tree. Cut back at the 3-2-1. Powers in. It's a touchdown, Wilmington. And they'll take the lead with 5:54 to go in the first half.
And Chase Mitchell-Tree going behind his big physical offensive line, put his shoulder down, looked like Cam Merritt there a little bit, and the Greyhounds have taken a 13-7 lead.
Wilmington holds on. The final score, Wilmington 21 and Greenville 7.
Thank you, Mark, for those great highlights. Let's kick it over and look at some PAC preseason rankings after wrapping up last season's athletic year. Kicking us off is women's soccer. Sitting at the 1 spot is defending champions Grove City. Right behind them, runner-up Westminster College. Westminster came up just short in the late game surge. Just ran out of time, but they're still led by one of the best goalies in the nation, Morgan Murphy. So they're still in great hands for this upcoming season. Let's go over next. Women's tennis. Holding the 1 spot for women's tennis, Allegheny. Westminster's all the way down at the 6th spot, but some players to watch. Grace Askey, the senior, Christine Rossi, and Emma Overlingus, the junior. Over to women's cross country. Allegheny also holds the 1 spot, Westminster at the 9. Let's kick it over to volleyball. Westminster College had a great season. They made a good playoff run. They finished 3rd in the PAC. Allegheny held the 1 spot in the North Division. St. Vincent College held the 1 spot in the South Division.
And now kicking it over to men's soccer. We have a brand new coach at Westminster, Coach Ryan Francis. His first year after Coach Garry steps down. With that being said, Grove City's in the 1 spot while Westminster is tied 8th with St. Vincent. That's going to be very interesting to see how his first year plays out. In men's cross country, we have Westminster in the 9th spot with Geneva at 1, but I'm sure Coach Tim McNeil will figure something out with them. And then leading up to football, very interesting this year with Hiram now being added there at the 11th spot, just to mention them. But so far in the top 3, we have Washington and Jefferson at the 1 spot, Grove City at the 2, and Westminster sitting at the 3. Very hungry and ambitious this year, to say the least.
RJ, there was a specific freshman last year on the football team, one that really made his name known. Do you know anyone who I'm talking about by any chance?
Cannon something, right? Bright Cannon, actually. Two-way monster. Absolutely amazing. He's so amazing that D3Football.com honored him as a preseason All-American in D3 football as a second-team returner. And just to read off some of these stats, he had 33 receptions last year as a freshman with 390 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving. Kick returns, he had 10 attempts, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, his longest being 89 yards. And here's where it gets better. As a punt returner in 5 attempts, he had 156 yards, 3 touchdowns, his longest being 57 yards, and he had first-team All-PAC honors last year as a freshman. And you know, there's a common saying, good freshman year, sophomore slump. I don't think that's the case with him. I don't
think Bright Cannon has it in him to have a sophomore slump. I even had a class with him, and I mean, his energy, it was a birding class. We'd go outside in the freezing cold weather, and we'd go look at birds. And I mean, his energy at 9:30 in the freezing cold, it was still through the roof. So I'm sure he's going to have a fantastic season this year as well.
And, you know, his brother as well, mentioned him as well, too, like a double punch. You know, both athletes, you know,
yep.
It's amazing to see that. You know, we're grateful to have Bright and his brother here at Westminster College, and we can't wait to see what he does, because the future, as always, is bright with him.
Absolutely, RJ. You said it best, but unfortunately, everyone, that's going to be all for this brand new season. First episode back here on Titan Town Sports. Once again, Jordan Tate, RJ Scott, we thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all same time next week.
Peace.
This is Professor Catherine Ellis, Professor of French, and that's a wrap for this week's Titan Town Sports. See you next week.
He has motion.